Aside from having the greatest name in sports history, what are we getting with Jim Bob Cooter?
J-E-T-S, Jets!
His name is Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby? He's got two first names.
Adam Gase has finally announced his coaching staff, and one name that jumps off the page immediately is Jim Bob Cooter, the former offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. Cooter's contract expired at the end of the 2018 season, and the Lions decided not to re-up him. Gase and Cooter both spent time with the Denver Broncos in 2013 when Peyton Manning had his best statistical season of his career. That year, they finished first in yards per game, first in points per game, and first in third down percentage. So if we can get even a fraction of that, it would be fantastic, a fantastic step forward for our Jets. Cooter left the Broncos after the 2013 season to join the Lions as the quarterback coach in 2014. In 2015, halfway through the season, he was promoted to offensive coordinator, and in his seasons as offensive coordinator, Matthew Stafford posted 66% completion percentage, 4,200 yards per season, and 26 touchdowns per season. That's just an average. To put that in perspective, that would give us the third best completion percentage for a Jets quarterback, first in yards gained, and third best in touchdown mark. And that was just an average over the course of those last few seasons. This past season under Cooter, the Lions finished 24th in offense. Matthew Stafford had the first season of his career where he played all 16 games and did not throw for 4,000 yards. Now you hear that and you think, oh great, we're getting, Jim Bob Cooter, this guy that couldn't get Stafford to, throw over 4,000 yards that he's been doing, pretty much his entire career. The issue with that thinking is starting receiver Marvin Jones and Kerryon Johnson, the running back for the Lions, both missed 6 to 7 games this season. Along with losing those two weapons, they also traded away Golden Tate halfway through the season, who was having statistically one of the best years as a Lions wide receiver. Their offensive line also struggled, losing TJ Lang, who only played 6 games this past year. So obviously missing all those pieces on offense, you're going to take a little bit of a step back. You can't be that productive missing that many kinds of weapons. Cooter said that his game plan became conservative once he lost all his weapons. That's something similar that we heard from Adam Gase in his press conference with Miami. The excuse he gave in Miami was, we didn't have a full complement of weapons due to some insufficiencies at certain positions. We had to play a certain style of football in order to get wins. Well, the Lions had a similar issue this past year, so I think they see eye to eye on that. So what do I think of the move? Well, obviously, it's kind of a big deal that the Jets are going into free agency with $100 million in cap space. So we're going to be looking to try and upgrade our weapons and get everything like that. Golden Tate did like Jim Bob Cooter from his time in Detroit. He's going to be a free agent this year. He averaged 90 catches and over 1,000 yards during his time with the Lions under Cooter. Obviously, if we could bring in Tate for a year or two, help Sam with the offense, that would be huge. Kerryon Johnson, who I had on my fantasy team, I took him in my dynasty draft in the first round. I liked him a lot. He was having a very productive season. He graded out as one of the top running backs in the NFL, and he missed a third of the season. So obviously, he's getting production out of the running back position as well. This is something interesting to keep in mind when we go into free agency. The Jets just released the statement saying that the Jets aren't going to break the bank for Le'Veon Bell. Well, bringing in Jim Bob Cooter could suggest that we're going to go with a running back in the draft since he's had success with young running backs already. The other real big reason I love this hire is because it brings in another good professional mind. I think under Bowles we had such a weak coaching staff. He seemed to fill his coaching staff with guys that couldn't threaten his job. And with Gase coming in, he's hired guys that have been in good positions around the league and have learned a lot around the league with Greg Williams and now Jim Bob Cooter. I think having these guys on the roster, just the more experience you can have, the more you can coach a team, the better the team's going to be. So being able to have that knowledge on that staff, I think, is really important. Let me know what you guys think down below about the hire. Are there any other hires that you saw in that release today that jumped out at you? As always, guys, go Jets.